Yo guys, what's going on? Yo guys, what's going on? Yes, Deck, how's it going? Let me know if you can hear me and stuff, and all is good with the quality, and then we can get rocking and rolling with this US session. Hey man, how's it going? Yes, guys, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? So, UK session was really good. We had one good trade, and the trade was so we got in around here. So on the 5 minute, we had this entry here. So this was our last trade on this morning. So our entry was there, and our stop loss was at 50, and then our TP was at 80, right? Our TP2. So we hit TP1 straight away, and then we did eventually go to TP2. And then after the market got a bit wild, I thought I'm not going to trade this because it could go either way. You know, this could be a pump and a dump straight back down. And later on, it did do that. It's come back down now. So we're going to be looking for some nice trades on this live. So we're going to start off with the higher time frames. So on the 4 hour time frame, there's some resistance around this level here. So it can't get past this level here. So around the 578 or 580 region. So I think as soon as it gets past here, we could end up testing these highs, but you know, it's struggling to break it yet. It's hit it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times now on the 4 hour chart. So that's my take on the 4 hour. On the 1 hour, we are looking. So we've had we're in a bullish trend. So here's your start of the trend, and we've made a high, and then we made a higher low, and then again we're consolidating around this range, waiting for break. We did break it, but we've come back in. So we didn't break it on the 4 hour, we only broke it on the 1 hour. So it's not as strong, right? But so far we are on the 1 hour on still an uptrend. This wick is very nasty. So we've gone to the 15 minute. On the 15 minute, we're looking. So we got this resistance here. So we keep rejecting, coming back to this level. So we keep testing these highs and then coming back to this level in this range here. And then we broke out, which could be a liquidation hunt, right? So that could be liquidity. So I was just taking out the shorts. And now we could be coming back down to this bottom range. We've got to keep an eye on this 200 EMA. So you see this 200 EMA? We are respecting that so far on the 15 minute. Ever since we broke it and these EMA flipped, we are respecting these this 200 EMA at the bottom. So we've tested it twice here, and we've tested it again on this wick. So it looks like it's going to probably retest it again. Normally, when you get these big wicks to the downside, these big wicks here, you normally come back and retest or fill half, right? So you normally come back and fill half of this wick. So that would be back, back on the 200 EMA again. So at the moment, we're just going to wait because trading this market at the moment would be very risky because of the way how fast it's moving. And there's no entries that I can see. The entry we could have had would be a short, and that would have been here. So you see this fair value gap there. So the gap in between the last candle of the candle and the candle after. So the candle before and the candle after, and in the gap in the middle, normally we come to fill, right? We normally come to at least half. So this would have been a nice trade. So we could have, for instance, got in here. Our stop loss would be above this wick. So just above that wick, and then we target the low, which would be here, and then boom, we would have hit the TP already. So that would have been a good trade. So we're looking for something like that again, really. So let's see if this candle can make the same sort of pattern as that, and then we'll enter. So yeah, we are looking short term for shorts, but we're going to keep an eye on the 15-minute on this 20 EMA, because if we do break this 20 EMA, then it's definitely going to be looking for shorts. If we don't, then we can look for longs again. So that's my take on the market so far. If anyone has any questions, just pop them below in the chat. Ask away if you've got any questions, or if you want any charts to look at or different things, we can look at them. So right here now we're looking if this makes a fair value gap. So it all depends on this next 5-minute candle close, right? This is going to be the gap. It could close it, but let's see. Trading's all about patience and waiting for that perfect entry and then executing when you find that perfect trade. And that's what it's about, really. That is what it's about, and that's how you make a lot of money in trading. Yeah, sounds good. Yes, nice one. Perfect. Perfect. So all we got to do now is wait and see to see if we can get a nice entry on a trade. So on the 1 hour, you see these. So it's been trending up, but it's been small candles on the 1 hour. You see all these small candles, and then boom, we had a big explosion to a few big candles, but we had straight down. The same scenario here, really. We had a big pump up, and then a big pump down all the way to the bottom again. So you could argue that this area here would be a great buying opportunity because it's at the bottom of the range and it's reacted once, twice, 3 times now. And it would be on the EMAs, it would be retesting the 100 and the 200 EMA on the 1 hour. So the higher the time frame, the stronger them EMAs are going to be, right? We won't just enter off them indicators though. We've got to find an entry point, but them indicators are just going to help us basically direct the price, so it can kind of tell us, okay, this is what it's going to do next, or this is what's going to happen. That's why we use the indicators. We're not entering trades off them, we just use them as a guide. Yeah. Okay, so that 15, okay, there you go. That 15-minute is hitting that 200 MA now, and it's filled 50% or more of that wick. So let's see if it gets a reaction off this or it comes through, because it has tested it 3, so once, you could call that once, twice, 3 times, 4 times now. So the more times it tests it, the weaker it gets. Yeah. Does that make sense, people? Does that make sense? So we're just going to be waiting now to see what happens. So we've got so there's only 2 minutes left till we close the 5-minute on this candle and the 15-minute. So it's a perfect indication to see where we're going to be going with this. So let's mark out the fair value here, because that's going to be the gap. And we got an order block up here as well. So that's another confirmation there. Cool. And then, so what we're looking for now is we'd be looking for some kind of short around this area here. But our stop loss is going to be quite high. And we target the low somewhere around here. But again, we want that break on a 50-minute on the 20 EMA. Otherwise, then momentum could contain bullish, because we don't want to enter this trade, disrespect the 20 EMA, and it shoot through and it hit our stop loss, do we? So we want to make sure that the probability to this trade is on our side, really. So we've got 1 minute left till the trade ends. So not trade ends, till the 5-minute candle ends and the 15-minute candle. So, and the 1 hour's got 15 minutes left. So the 1 hour at the moment is respecting the 50 EMA. So you've got the 20, the 50, the 100, the 200. At the moment, it's crossed all EMAs, so it's turned bullish, and we are respecting once, twice, 3 times, 4 times now on the 50 EMA. So that's what's swaying me really to be like, okay, I don't know if I want to take this short anymore, because the bigger time frames are saying it could bounce here. So we're going to wait and see. We're going to wait and see what happens. So today already, from this morning, let me just show you my profits from this morning. So today already we're up, if you can see that, we're up 550 on the day, on the morning. So let's try and get another trade in. Right, okay. Are we going to enter this trade or not? See, if this EMA wasn't here, I would have entered this trade, okay? But so it's a fair value gap on the 15-minute as well, so that would be a great entry. So we could even have a higher entry on that to make it a bit better. And we're going to pull a Fibonacci as well. So that's our OTE zone. So we've got a lot of confidence here that we could get a reaction. So I will let you know if we get in. I'll let you know if we get in on this trade. Because on the 5-minute, it's below the 200 MA, so we could touch that, get our entry, and then it could come back down. Even if it comes back down just to here, yeah, we could take profits here. So let's see. See how it's bouncing off this 200 EMA. Also, the RSI is bottomed out. It's an interesting area, really. It is an interesting area. I feel like I haven't took shorts in a while to not till last week, I think. Last time I had shorts on. Because it's been a bullish market and you want to go with that trend. So, at the moment, our entry would be 58. 5058. It's going to be a bit more of a riskier trade if we do enter, because the higher time frames are bullish. But all we can go off is what's in front of us right now and expect this price action to come back down to the range low. So if that makes sense, everyone. If anyone's got any questions again, just put them in the chat and I can answer them. No problem. Let's see. So the 15-minute. So far the 15-minute actually hasn't got a fair value gap. So just move this. So let's wait and see. 1 minute chart as well corresponds with the 50057. Nice one. Low time frame, but yeah, good to have another time frame confluence, right? How's the funded going? Yeah, mate, funded's going good. We are up on the funded account so far. Let's have a look. 1,270. So I want to kind of reach around the 6,000 to 8,000 mark before I get a payout. And as soon as I get a payout, then I will share with you guys, and we know that Aqua Fund then are legit and they're going to actually pay you out. I think they will. They've had 5 million plus payouts, so I can't see why not if you stick to all the rules, which I do. I'm not trying to rush the process. Just gonna sail on by. Yeah, it looks quite weak to be fair on the 5 minute. Okay, I'm gonna put a sell limit. Right, this is a bit more of a riskier trade, like I said, but we are gonna try it anyway, and put a lower lot size on because I'm already up 550 for the day, so I don't want to lose them profits. So I don't want to risk too much, right? Because we've got big stop loss on this one. So my stop loss is going to be at 85. And my entry is at, move this down, we'll go with 55. And we're going to take profits. We're going to take profits around the 42 area. 43, yeah, 43. I know the RR on this trade is shit, but the risk to reward, that meaning. But it is a bit more of a risky trade, but it's more likely to play out. So let's see. Let's see if it hits anyway, right? Let's see if it hits. Like I said, I'm only risking a small amount on this trade because it is more of a riskier trade. Before. So let's see. if we get tapped in or not. Let me know if you're going to follow along on this trade. Okay, did we get tapped in then? No. Oh, yeah, we did. We're in. So we're in this short now. So let's see what happens. I haven't put this in the Telegram group. I'm just doing this one live. Let's see. Like I said, guys, it's a riskier trade because we're bouncing on the 200 MA, right? But I'm only risking a tiny amount. I've only got, on my personal account, I'm only risking 0.02, and on my funded account, I'm only risking 0.05. So like I said, tiny amount. It's not going to affect my profit or loss really if I lose the trade. I'll only go heavier lot size, like 0.20, maybe 0.30 of a lot size if it's like an A plus setup. If it's an A plus setup, then I will go heavier on the trade. If you're in this trade, let me know. Put a yes in the chat if you're in this trade. So let's see if it gets past this 5-minute 200 MA. So we're still in a downtrend on the 5-minute as well, right? So in theory, you could draw. I don't really use trend lines, but you could draw a trend line. So you can see that that's a higher. Let's say that's a lower high. It's a lower low, lower high, lower low. So we're looking to make another lower high. You're in deck, yeah? Small lot size though, yeah? And on the 15. See, we're on a downtrend on the 15-minute as well. But like I said, the 200 MA and the RSI is topped out, bottomed out even. Let's see what happens. Let's see what the US want to do. If this hits our stop loss, then we turn back into a buyer's market and then we'll put a buy on if we get an entry. 0.05, yeah, nice one, man. Hitting, yes, Daryl. Let's see. But like I said, if we hit stop loss, we are going to be looking for buys. It's pushing up there. Let's see if it can close above this 200 MA. So at the moment it's hit the OTZE zone. Hasn't gone in it, but it's just hit the outskirts of it. So there is quite a lot of resistance going on here. So if it does get through, it's gonna be really strong. Let's see. 2 minutes till close. Nice reaction off that. Shall we look on the 1 minute? I don't normally go on the 1 minute, but for a bit of fun, for a bit of action, should we go on the 1 minute? Wow, look at that 1 minute candle. That is insane. Wow. A 1% minute, a 1% 1 minute candle. That's news, right? Yeah. Wait, was it news? Yeah. Unemployment rate went up. So, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, we're coming back to break even. It's a nice doji candle there. So it's getting rejected so far off that 200 EMA. We need to get past this gap here, to this fair value gap here to the upside, right? So what we don't want it to do is react off this fair value gap and then go higher, because you've got a fair value gap to the downside and a fair value gap to the upside, right? But because we're in a downtrend, that's why I'm entering the short, to follow the trend, unless it flips bullish, like I said. But let's wait and see. Come on, gold. It's not moving much. How does it stay at the same price? Is it paused? I thought it was paused then. What's going on? What's silver doing? Okay. Copper. Same sort of ranges. Bitcoin. Yeah, it came all the way back down. Just give us a like. Give the video a like. That would help. Appreciate that a lot if you'll give it a like. Waiting. We're basically waiting now for this 5 minute candle close. to give us an indication of where it's going to go and what type of candle it's going to form. Mm-hmm. So that candle has turned bullish. So yeah, so it got a reaction. So like I said, if it's going to get a reaction off this fair value gap here, right, to turn bullish. Let's see, we've got 1 minute till this candle closes. Hopefully we can get a few more trades in as well. Let's see what the market presents us with, right? Okay, so that was quite a bullish push for the bulls on the 5 minute. So it's hitting now that OTE area and the order block as well on the 5 minute. It's hitting all them areas. So if it does get through, it's going to be strong. Okay, so that was quite a bullish close. So the 15-minute close as well last. Was that? Yeah, so it's just closing that gap as well on 15. To be honest, it's quite a hard market to trade at the moment because you've got the higher time frames saying we're still in an uptrend and the two big lower time frames saying a downtrend. So, right, yeah, it's pushing now. It's pushing. This is exactly why I said to put on a low lot size, right? So, if it makes a new high, then we are going to be looking for longs. So we've got 4 minutes left yet, anyway. 3.5 minutes left yet from for the 5 minute candle. Still pushing. Strong. It looks quite strong, to be honest. Oof, big pump. Let's see if it can get past this high. This high. See, this would have been the perfect trade, right? This entry would have been the perfect trade here if we weren't in a downtrend. But it would have been a good trade. But we would have been out by now. That would have been TP. Let's see what the 5-minute close does. I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest, if it rips now. But all good. We'll have an opportunity to long it. Yeah, this is why I don't use trend lines, by the way. So it looks like it's going to hit our stop loss. If it closes here now, we have a change of character. So 5 seconds left. So that's interesting because did it make a higher high? No, it's made an equal high. It's made an equal high so far. Still in this trade. Surely it's got to stop us out in a minute. Some sellers there. Big rejection off that level there. Still got 3 minutes till close though. 15-minute. We'll whip to the upside. That is a big rejection candle. Let's see. So it's just closing that gap in between them wicks. Is everyone else still in this trade? Got 1 minute till close. To be fair, if this closes like this, it could be a pretty good close. Is everyone still in this trade? Five seconds till close. That's a good candle close, you know. That is a really good candle close. It's getting rejected. So that 15-minute close as well was a big wick, so it's just filled some of that wick. Let's see what happens. That's nice. That's a nice reaction off that top of that. reacting off the 20 EMA again. We want to get back below this 200 MA if we can. See how we keep bouncing off it. There's one bounce, two bounce. We need to get past it. Otherwise, this could just be a small correction for it to go higher. So wait and see. Wait and see. To be fair, I feel like the last 4 days of trading, the London session has given me a lot better opportunities than the US, when normally it's the other way round. Even though it's slow, well, this morning it wasn't slow, but normally the London's slow, but they give you better opportunities, whereas in the US don't give you quite the same because they're bigger moves. Yeah, see, it's getting bounced off that 20 EMA again. It's not a very nice market, to be honest. It's a very messy market. So it's nearly been an hour since the US Open. So that's when normally the big players tend to trade it after an hour is open, because there's a lot of noise on the first hour. So let's see. Higher time frames, let's see what they're doing. See, look how wicky it is on the 4 hour. Like, it's very, very wicky, but it keeps bouncing off this 20 EMA. Keeps respecting that 20 EMA, which means we are still in a strong uptrend. So when we do close above here on the 4 hour, I do think we're going to blast off. It's just a case of when. Let's see how this 5 minute closes. What do you think? What do you reckon, guys? What do you reckon of this trade? Do you think it's going to hit TP or SL? That's a nice reaction. Nice. If we can close below here now, then we might have a chance. That's a nice dump. I'll take that. I'll take that. It is a tough one to judge, mate. Yeah, it's a bit of it's a weird market, you know. It is a very weird market, but hey, we're coming to profit. We're coming into profit. Let's see. Let's see what happens here. Right now, I don't blame you if you want to take some profits because it's a weird market. If you can. Interesting. I wonder what the 15 minute looks. So the 15 minute now looks bearish, right? We're still in on that downtrend on the 15 minute. But is it just gonna shoot back up? Is this making now a higher low? Let's find out. You need some patience, right? You need patience when you trade in. You do need patience. If we can get this, if this next red, this 5 minute candle can turn red again, oh, nearly, then we could continue down here. Okay, nice. We need some continuation to the downside. Nice push. This is a very strange market. Okay. I'm going to take some profits here. see how this 5-minute candle closes. You know what? I'll be happy to break even on this trade because considering it was all the way up here, I was expecting us to get stopped out, right? "30 seconds till close." And that's going to be a 15-minute close as well. One hour. If you touch this level here, so 30, 38, if you touch around the 38 level, I'm fully out. Right, I think it's made a fair value gap here. So in theory, it might want to fill this. But I'm still in. How's it going, Deck? You took profits or are you leaving it? Printed a doji candle there, but it's not a green one. It's still a red one, so took 0.03. Yeah, don't blame me, mate. It's it's a weird market. And you know what? I'd put my SL now to 571. Move it to there. You wanna get break even if it comes to hit SL. But honestly, when it came up here, I thought we were going to get stopped out. I thought we were just going to blast through here. So our SL was at 85 and it hit 82. So it's pretty close. Yeah, so for the people who just joined, so we've had this trade. So my TP was at 85. So we came up nearly hit it, but now we've come back down and I've moved my SL, sorry, to 70, 71, just above this candle here, and I've took some profits just because of the market is a bit indecisive at the moment. I think it's gonna fill this. If it comes up, I think it's gonna fill this. So the 15 minute closed pretty bearish. And is still in a downtrend. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, we've got this 200 EMA that's stopping us from hitting the bottom range, unless we just wick through it and just ignore it. But like I said, we have hit it 4 times now, so it's probably going to be getting a bit weak soon. Very strange market today in the US. Is anyone else in this trade? Anyone else in this trade with me? Let's see if it gets reacted now. Let's see if we get a reaction off this. Say if you had a short there, you could put the SL just above there, target the low. It's definitely reacting off that area. So we did get reaction. Very nice reaction, actually. Really nice reaction. Okay, boom. Boom. My TP was at 43. So it's just with my TP. So if you want to get out, whoever's in, can get out now. Mm. That would have been a nice trade. That would have been a nice entry. So we are still looking for sells. But do I want to put another trade on this market? Don't know if I do, you know. I've had a good day. I'm up 620 for the day. Don't really need another trade there. I only target in between 3 to 500. So I'm over my limit anyway. If you're still in my opinion, I'd move my SL now down to break even. If you're still in. Well done, whoever held that trade, because it was a bit of a weird trade. But we got there in the end, right? We got there in the end. Time is it now? See, it's 20 to 4 already. Don't really need to put another trade on. You know, it's a very messy market. I think it is going to come down, but because I want to see this RSI come down and reset on the 4 hour. So we've got 2 hours left. So does look oversold to me. Let's see. That'll be tomorrow's problem. Yeah, if you're still in this trade, I put it to break even. What's Bitcoin doing? That is a nasty wick. That would have got so many people out. Right, guys. I think I might end this live here now because it was a bit of a shit live, to be honest. We didn't have anything real clear. I would have got this trade in, but I was already in the trade from here, so I didn't want to add to it. So not much really to see. I'm gonna call it a day. I'll be back on live tomorrow though. I didn't do London session today, so I want to do London session tomorrow because London session is better trades, 100% better trades. Especially the last few days it has been. So yeah, we're gonna take advantage of that really. Taking advantage of it. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. So if you're in Telegram, I'll be updating you anyway. If I do take any trades, I'll probably put them in there. But yeah, cheers for watching. Cheers for coming to join me on the live, and I will see you tomorrow.